Bobcat Goldthwait. Good morning. How are
We
you?
never talk about my ballroom dancing. It really kind of hurts my feelings.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me. I apologize for being tardy. You know, there's a lot of traffic. No, I'm lying. I
get lost all the time, so I can't even say anything bad about getting late. So don't worry.
But if anybody, I should know my way around. I mean, I am from Central New York. It's not like I'm in the,
I'm trying to give you a pass, and you're not taking it.
I appreciate your effort, but I think
We appreciate you for getting here before the show ended. So thanks for coming in.
That's not enough. That's like when they give out awards for everybody who tried. What's basically wrong with our country.
Let's talk about God Bless America.
I actually Facebooked this morning that you're going to be on the show, and one of my friends Facebooked me back and was raving about that movie. How did you come about that whole idea of that film?
Well, it started. Basically, a couple things motivated it, but one was I was watching the show, My Super Sweet 16, when I was in London, and it made me really sad that this was what we were exporting. I guess now it would be Honey Boo Boo Child, but I was, so I wrote the movie, and it was basically a Christmas present to my wife, so I guess if I wasn't so cheap, maybe the movie would never have existed, but it's about a guy who's suicidal. And, no, wait, it gets funnier. And then he is watching My Super Sweet 16, or I should say a Super Sweet 16 type show. And then instead of committing suicide, he drives 400 miles and he shoots that kid. and then we're off to the races.
Suicide and shooting, and you're laughing still.
Well, I guess people say it's a dark movie. I actually think a dark movie is a Kate Hudson movie. That's dark to me. That's a really scary, weird place. But it is I like to say it's a very violent movie about kindness.
Okay. Speaking of Kate Hudson, newcomers abound happen all the time, and you have been around for a long time. To what do you owe your longevity?
Well, the only other job skill I have is I was a bag boy at Price Chopper, so I think that's part of it. And I always say, I retired from acting the same time they stopped hiring me, so it really worked out well. But right now I'm having this new kind of rebirth, I guess. I'm trying to use terms that aren't embarrassing. Sometimes now that I'm on out tour, when I hear myself talking, I would punch me in the face. But I've been writing screenplays, and I make them very small, and they play festivals, and they make hundreds of dollars. But I truly have never been happier. I just came from a festival in France called the Deauville Film Festival, where God Bless America sold out. It was like 1,400 people, and I got a standing O, and now I'm just back to being another jerk on 90.
And you're still doing your stand-up. You've got a performance coming up at MVCC tonight. You also got a new Showtime special as well.
Yeah, a Showtime special called You Don't Look the Same Either. And I just came back from England also, where I'm working on a new movie with Ray Davis of the Kinks. I'm going to make a musical because I think you think Bobcat Goldthwait, immediately you go right to musical.
Absolutely.
Because, of course, that's a no-brainer.
What haven't you done that you want to do aside from a musical? And be on our show, of course.
Your show, this is it. This is it right now.
This is the pinnacle of your career.
It's really, I'm glad we're here. I'm glad we're recording it. We have it all. It's just to keep, that's the cool thing about making movies, that you can make, it's hard to get bored because you can just make different genres. I just finished I guess it's a horror picture about Bigfoot that I've been editing right now.
A horror picture about Bigfoot?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate?
Well, as a little boy, I was obsessed with the Gremlin, the Patterson Gremlin footage. The footage of Bigfoot in the, we all know that one. So I went to where they filmed that, and I shot a movie there. It was really exciting for me. I mean, I could have just cheated and went up, somewhere in Herkimer, went in the woods or something. but I actually, I did go to where Willow Creek is the town. It's Sasquatch season. I didn't even know that when I got up there. I was super lucky.
We're gonna have hate mail from Herkimer after this
I don't think
broadcast.
Look, Sasquatch has been seen in Herkimer. I don't want to hear it. It's what happens when people wear Speedos in Herkimer.
Okay, we've got a couple of minutes left. For folks that are coming out to the show at MVCC tonight and have never seen you before, what can they expect?
Well, I try to do, I do work hard on stage. I don't want to be a guy phoning it in, you know, but I think people are disappointed when they expect, like, you know, a 50-year-old guy going on stage going, ah! That would be really embarrassing, I think. It'd be like watching Jerry Lewis when he was in Cinderfella. You know, you got to know when to hang up the wacky persona. But it's stories. It's, you know, I do a comedy show. Yeah, that's what I do.
And it's still fun for you?
There's a connection that you make with a live audience that, no, I ran out of money. I do these dates. This is the alimony tour. That's why I'm out on the road. But is it fun? Yeah, it's fun, especially like in a venue like this. Now, on the other side of it, you know, when I was just in Arkansas 3 weeks ago, and it was horrible. And I didn't want to be a cliche, going to Arkansas and have a bad time, but it went terrible. At one point I was laying on stage and I said, not only have I never said this before, but I've never even thought this before. And I said, I'm better than you. Which is, by the way, is the worst thing I've learned that you can say to an audience. And
How did they respond?
Oh, they booed, and a guy from the audience tried to beat me up. But I've done shows opening for Nirvana. I performed at the Gathering of the Juggalos. Hands down, that still was one of the worst crowds I've ever performed for in Arkansas.
Unfortunately, we are out of time, but we appreciate you joining us. Show tonight at MVCC. You can get tickets. We'll have some info on our website. Thanks so much.
Thanks, and I don't want any crank phone calls from you.
You're pointing to me, uh-oh.
That'll do it for First Look. Have a great weekend. We'll be back on Monday.
That's right, I have your...
Gang's all here.
All right. Best of Most Country, Big Frog 104. It is a Friday morning with Matt Pollywog, and we are pleased to have in the studio with us this morning Bobcat Goldthwait, who will be appearing at Mohawk Valley Community College tonight, 8 o'clock. Bobcat, thanks for coming in this morning.
Well, thanks for having me in the house.
You know, I
They don't use that term enough on the country station.
I see in our notes here, Bobcat, it says comedian, actor, writer, director. Pretty thin resume.
Yeah,
Bobcat.
we're using all those terms super loosely. I'm a comedian and writer and director, which it sounds pretty weird. I don't think people think of me in those terms.
No.
And I think when people know that I direct, I think they imagine me, you know, like going, ready, camera, one, ah! You know, but, or a lot of people think I'm dead, which is something I try to live down.
Well, you killed him back in the 80s with those Police Academy movies, and since then a number of projects. And of course, more recently here you have the Showtime special, You Don't Look the Same Either. That probably was based on some kind of personal
Yeah, that was a
experience.
real exchange. I had a woman come up to me once in the Oakland airport and say, I don't mean to insult you, but you look like Bobcat Goldthwait. And, and I like to think I'm pretty fast on my feet, but I had nothing. I mean, that's the best kind of compusult, the compliment insult combo.
Well, you can check that out on DVD as well, and the movie God Bless America, which came out late this spring. I was just checking that, got a fresh rating from Rotten Tomatoes. Now, what can you tell us about that movie a little bit?
Well, I like to say it's a violent movie about kindness, but it's really about just being fed up with how nasty we are as a culture. And I know that I'm not above it. I mean, I think I planted the flag on a lot of the kind of humor years ago, but
yes, you did, Bob.
But that's So for me to make a movie about the nastiness and the dumbing down of the U.S. is kind of a little bit on the hypocritical side. But that's the movie I made, and I've been making movies. I made another one called World's Greatest Dad that I wrote and directed that Robin Williams was in, and that was another one that played festivals and stuff. And I just make small movies and do stand-up. I mean, I'm a little cottage industry, so. Although I'm not on the social media, which I just think it's a trend and it's not going to pan out. I really should be, but
You should be.
I know. I just I had to kick a guy off who was posing as me, which I thought was pretty strange. He was annoying some reality star named Sugar, and he was trying to hook up with her, and she sent a thing to my peeps telling me to leave her alone. I'm like, I'm not even get me off this wheel. But I was trying to figure out, like, why would you say you're me in cyberspace? And I figured it out. Like, if you say you're George Clooney and then you meet the person and you're not George Clooney, you're like, harumph, you're not George Clooney. But if you say you're me and you meet the person, you still got a dog in the fight. You know what I mean? Like you're not Bobcat Goldthwait. It's like, really? You're going to hook up with Bobcat Goldthwait? Come on.
We're talking with Bobcat Goldthwait. We'll be at MVCC tonight at 8 o'clock. Tickets still available for the show now. Now I know Bobcat Goldthwait and what to expect, maybe an oxymoron, but what are the hot topics?
You know, it's always a mixture of current events and personal stories, and I'm sure there'll be some Schultz and Dooley references because I'm in Utica.
Vocalize.
I'll be representing. My father used to take us to the brewery tour when I was a boy, and he would just like cry out front of the gates like Homer Simpson. It'd be
Dear.
yeah, like the Utica Club. It was like backlit, like oh, yeah. So yeah, I'm sure there'll be local references too.
Yeah, we were born or raised in Syracuse?
Raised Syracuse. Yeah, I still come back a lot. I got family here, and I spent a lot of time over the years growing up in the Adirondacks. You know, Fulton Channel Lakes, represent. Whoop, whoop. So yeah, this is my neck of the woods.
All right. Well, Bobcat, thanks for coming in again tonight, 8 o'clock at Mohawk Valley Community College. Tickets available for the show, and thanks so much for coming in.
Oh, please, thanks for having me on. That good?
Yeah. That's
Friday. Did I miss Christmas?
I think we skipped part of the calendar year here.
Okay, that's it. Right into Easter. Well, thanks for having me on.
It's my pleasure, and I'm happy to have you here. And you're going to be at MVCC tonight, 8 o'clock. Tickets, $10. Are you excited about being back in Utica? I know you're from Syracuse, and I heard rumor had it you actually have a salt potato tattooed on
I
your
have a
arm.
salt potato tattoo, but more importantly, $10. My promise to the good folks here is I'll do a $20 show. Seriously, I know they're paying $10, but I'll up it. You know, who knows, baby, 25. But if the crowd sucks, it'll go right down to 17.
Yeah, they'll just drop it immediately.
Well, I'm not going to go any lower than 17, but we can haggle.
We can haggle. Well, you're going to be here tonight, and you started your career doing stand-up in Syracuse. What do you have for advice for people that are looking to get into stand-up, looking to get into acting, looking to get into writing?
I think the key is to be derivative. No, everything's different now. So I sound like an old guy. The interwebs. But I think there is places for folks to for me, I just got on stage as often as possible, and that was doing open mics, when I was a kid in Syracuse at 15. But it seems like there's more venues and there's more places. I often wonder now, as a young man, if I would have skipped the whole process of doing stand-up and just went into making shorts and stuff, but who knows? I fantasize that maybe I'll do a short movie where the 50-year-old me time travels back and talks the 22-year-old me out of doing Police Academy.
Listen, this is not going to be a good idea down the line. But right now.
And I would have told me to cram it, I'm sure, but maybe I'll get Charlie Day to play me or something.
There you go, perfect. Who would you pick if you had a movie about you to star as you?
Oh, Charlie Day, yeah.
Charlie Day.
Folks say that he reminds them of me, so yeah, why not?
Everyone always makes fun of me. My choice would be the mailman from Cheers. I don't know why. I've always had an obsession watching the guy.
That's what was his name? Cliff.
Cliff. There we go. Yeah.
Well, you don't know the guy you want to play you?
No one wants to make a movie about me. No one really listens to me, so no one would want to watch me. You know what I mean? So, your big thing going on right now, I guess, is your movie. You released it last year. God Bless America.
God Bless America. Yeah, it's available on Netflix and all those kind of and iTunes and things. But it's a movie about kind of like how nasty we've become as people, and it is a comedy. It's very violent, spoiler alert, maybe a baby gets shot. But in my defense, that baby was a real jerk, okay? And I didn't shoot a real baby. That's the other thing. You shoot a baby on film, you might as well shoot a real baby. It would have been faster. But yeah, so it's like I said, it's a very violent movie, and if you're squeamish, you probably should stay away from it. I'm a really bad self-promoter, aren't I? But I don't make my movies for everyone. And people find them, and then that's fine with me. I did a movie with Robin Williams called The World's Greatest Dad, and that was another one that played film festivals and things like that.
So how was it working with Robin Williams? Was it
Well-
a great experience?
Well,
or-
he's one of my oldest friends, but even like the day before, I got a little nervous because I was thinking, is he gonna listen to me? You know, am I gonna say, okay, we need to do one more, but this one's a little more quiet, and he's gonna say, I have an Oscar and you were in Hot to Trot. But that's not what happened. It was, in fact, I wrote another movie for he and I. We really liked working together, and I'm sure we'll make that someday also.
So what can our listeners expect tonight at MVCC? What are some big features you're going to be talking about tonight?
Well, I've introduced racist puppets into my act, like Jeff Dunham. I heard they're really, really popular, so that's what I'm going to do tonight. If you're a xenophobe, come on out to the community college. You'll really enjoy my act.
So perfect. Racist puppets, shooting babies.
Shooting babies.
This is perfect. This is going to be a great experience.
And I will say, as I get older, I am mellowing. That's certain.
You can catch Bobcat Goldthwait tonight at MVCC again.
Hey, wait, what'd you call me?
I think I said it wrong.
That's okay.
Bobcat
Yeah.
Goldthwait tonight. See,
That's good. That's right. You said it right.
Third time's a
I'm
charm.
sorry.
And I'm like, I'll never come back to this studio again.
No. Look, I know it's hard. I was just busting your chops.
You can catch him
You
tonight.
can
at
go
MVCC.
see Bob Scratch Goldfarb. Wait.
Brett Favre. Is Brett Favre going to be?
Yeah, Brett Favre is going to be Acme, the Libyan terrorist puppet.
Tickets are $20 tonight at MVCC, and thank you very much for stopping by.
Thank you.
Thank you.